The world of Godzilla.
Sounds exciting, doesn't it? It's because it is. The future of Godzilla over at Toho is bright. Almost as bright as your future when you smash that like button and subscribe to this YouTube channel, but I digress. While Legendary sort of takes their time inching the Monsterverse forward one step at a time, in secrecy, because we know nothing, Toho continues to build on Godzilla's brand. From new rides, to new shows, to new movies with a radically different approach, Toho's embracing their most iconic kaiju, a drastically different move than 17 years earlier where we saw what looked to be the end of Godzilla over at Toho with Godzilla Final Wars. Today, Godzilla is flourishing, and we know that Toho plans to continue that enrichment with the forthcoming World of Godzilla Cinematic universe. What do we know about the World of Godzilla? Well, not much yet. We know it's slated to begin after 2021, and Toho would like to release Godzilla movies every 2 years with an eventual annual release planned. We know that Toho envisions an MCU-style film universe with lots of world building and continuity and wants kaiju other than Godzilla to lead solo outings like Mothra, Rodan, and maybe even Ghidorah. We also know that this isn't the first time that Toho has crossed over their flagship kaiju in this manner, as we've seen over the course of the Showa era not only the Godzilla vs. films, but we've seen kaiju like Mothra, Ghidorah, and Rodan receive their own films, as well as be featured in Godzilla sequels where they fight the G-Men. So this isn't the first time we're seeing a big Avengers-style Godzilla universe, of course. But what would that actually look like in the modern day? We've seen the Americanized Monsterverse, and a potential hint at what Toho's version could look like with Godzilla the Ride, but outside of Shin Godzilla, it's been well over a decade since Toho attempted a real, classic, live-action Godzilla universe, and similar to Grand Theft Auto 6, it's well overdue. However, a question keeps arising in my head, and I can't help but wonder, what will our new Godzilla look like? Will he be inspired by the new Monsterverse design as well as some of the older Godzilla designs? Should he even be? Or should he have a totally different design similar to Shin Godzilla or even Zilla?
That's a lot of fish.
Okay, that was a joke. But seriously, there's an argument to be made here. Godzilla's had the same static design for over 60 years now. 67 years to be exact. And can you really blame someone for wanting something new and fresh? I mean, we have to keep the passion for this thing somehow, right? If we don't try new things, the emotion and the connection will fade, and before you know it, we'll be Gamera fanboys. No, but seriously, as an avid Godzilla fanboy and a purist, even I wonder, what would a bold Godzilla design leading the face of a new Godzilla universe look like? What changes could be made without upsetting the fan base too much? Well, if Shin Godzilla is any judge of what is too far, we should be just fine. We can also infer from Toho's more creatively liberated Godzillas from the past few years that these thoughts are circulating creatively over at Toho as well when it comes to discussions about Godzilla's future. From Shin to Godzilla Earth and now Godzilla Singular Point, we have a slew of different designs leading this new Reiwa era of films, and I have no doubt it will continue. A new Godzilla design, in my humble opinion, is what we need in this modern day of Godzilla films. While I love the classic design, and the Heisei era Godzilla will always remain my favorite, there was something so incredible about seeing the Shin Godzilla design in all its glory. And I think it would show continued confidence on Toho's part to take such creative risks with their IP. We have the Monsterverse and we have the classic designs updated to modern day with amazing CGI, and for that I'm always going to be grateful. But I think in order for this new Godzilla universe to flourish in a way we haven't seen before, we need something completely new for the whole kaiju gang. I think Godzilla and all his adversaries should sport new and exciting yet familiar designs that respect the legacy but also take the monsters to a new level visually without being quite as jarring as something like Rodan and Godzilla Singular Point. For example, the fundamentals of the kaiju should remain the same. However, a Godzilla with spikes on the end of his tail is something intriguing and new that could bring something different to the table. Turn his dorsal plates into more of a spiky shape and give him additional spikes that can project from his body like shards and eye beams to supplement his atomic breath, and we have a radically different Godzilla that is also familiar and feels like a natural progression of the character. Now keep in mind this isn't something I definitely want to see happen to Godzilla. I'm just saying that, for example, this is like creative liberties that could be taken with the character without taking it to, another level or just taking it too far to where it becomes unrecognizable. These are changes to the character that I could see being made that wouldn't really push the boundaries of what we know to be Godzilla. And while I know many fans may disagree with me here, and for a long time I thought I disagreed with myself as well, I come to terms with my opinion and have faith that Toho agrees with me, and I firmly believe we will be seeing a totally new Godzilla design when the time comes. But what do you guys think? Discuss with me below, and if you enjoyed this short video essay, then be sure to subscribe for future content. For this one, guys, that's all I got. So until the next one, be safe and stay well. Bye-bye.
Imagine, if you will, sitting down to your morning coffee coffee, turning on your home computer to read the day's newspaper. Well, it's not as far-fetched as it may seem. In fact, both local San Francisco papers are investing a lot of money to try and get a service just like that started. Science editor Steve Newman reports on one person already using the brand new system.